So I applied a coat of Super Duper to this table, buffed it off, waited a few days. Now I applied a coat of Odie's oil and got it all worked in, let it set up for a little while. Didn't let it set up long enough because I just want to get this video out. But I'm going to buff it off. I'm going to buff it off with a cotton terry towel first. And got these little washcloths. I wish I had bigger towels, but this is what I got right now. And I always like to use a cotton terry towel because the terry nap is absorbent and it'll grab all this oil that's on here. And the best way to start when you're buffing it off or wiping it off is in the direction of the grain. And this will ensure that you get all that excess oil out of the grain. And I'll change my towels regularly. So now, if you see, this side of the towel is already starting to get saturated. So I'm going to flip it over and use the drier side. Get down here. And you'll know when you're taking this oil off because you can feel that friction. It grabs. The towel's grabbing that excess oil. And you'll start to know when you're getting it off because the towel is going to slide easier across the surface. This simple. Very simple. This is the most important process in your finishing with Odie's. If you don't buff the surface off, you're going to have a less than satisfactory finish. You won't have a finish that's durable. The finish will dry on the surface and get dull and powdery looking and look dry. When you see that, you know that somebody didn't buff the finish off. This is a cross-linking molecular bonding finish. It's a penetrating oil that cross-links and molecularly bonds with the wood fiber itself. You don't want anything on the surface up above because it has nothing to cross-link and bond to except for oxygen molecules. If it starts bonding with oxygen molecules, you're going to have a powdery, dull-looking surface because oxygen molecules start coming in sporadically, and it's random, and there's no order to it. So it doesn't look right. And then also, now you have a porous surface because it's an uneven surface. Now water and staining is going to grab. If you want a great Odie's finish where it's never going to stain, it's never going to water spot, it's going to last you forever, it's going to give you a beautiful sheen, you have to buff it off. So, one more time. I flipped my rag over and I'm wiping it down one more time. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to change rags. Now, many of you watching going, oh, I'll just use a buffer. No. If you use a buffer for the initial buff off on a piece of furniture, floors are different. On a piece of furniture, you're going to load your pad up very quickly, and all you're going to be doing is smearing oil all over the place. And us woodworkers, we're all cheap. I know we have a tendency to be cheap. I know I am too sometimes. And I'm not going to want to change my pad every 5 minutes or every couple minutes because they're expensive. Go get some cheap rags. Do it by hand, okay? And don't put the rag on the buffer either because you're going to load it up real quick and you're just going to be smearing oil all over the place. So, wipe it down. You spent all this time making this beautiful piece. Wipe it down properly. Do it by hand at first. And then after you get it all off, then you can come over with a machine and a nice clean bonnet and buff it so it all gets polished out, it polymerizes. And your buffing pad is not going to be bad. You can use it again. It won't be dirty because you got all the oil off first. Common sense. So let's get ahead with another side. And I'm going to show you a little trick to make sure it all comes off. So I used one small rag, washcloth, literally, and I'm on to my second one. And you should throw away your rags that are oily, that get really oily. Now, like this one, I probably can wash when I'm done because there's going to be basically no oil on it because this is my second wipe down. So this one, I use common sense again. I get this question a lot. Hey, can I wash the rags? Well, you can't wash the ones that are full of oil, but you can wash the ones that don't have much oil on them. And your rags really shouldn't get too full of oil anyway, because if they do, you're probably using too much oil in the first place. You know, this species is Brazilian cherry. Oh boy, I'll get about 60 square feet, 70 square feet per ounce on this species. That's a lot of coverage for a little bit of oil. So on oak, I'll get about 30, 35 square feet per ounce. If I'm using it heavy, 20, 25. But usually you want to spread it as far as you can because your buff off becomes easier. Now I had a lot of oil on this. I have a tendency to use a little more than most people because I know the guy who makes it. And I also know what I'm doing. And I know how to get it all off the surface. Now I'm going to show you a little trick after I get done with this last cotton towel. I prefer cotton towels for your initial buff off. They just have a tendency to get as much of the oil as you want to get off in the beginning, but they always have a tendency to leave a small residual behind. And that's the kicker. That's the area where if you leave too much of that small residual, you can get into trouble. So the trick is you take, after you got it all off, you think you got it all off, or you're just about done, okay, this is good enough. You come back with a nice clean microfiber towel. I said clean, I hope I got a clean one. Okay. And wipe in the direction of the grain, and you'll feel it. You can feel that excess oil that's there. I can feel it, that residual that would make the cure time go a little slower and have to wait an extra day for that to really cure and get in there. I hit it with this microfiber. It is completely dry. Now my rag's sliding now. Look at this. See? And I can see it. I don't know if you can see it on camera. I can see the difference actually. See, now it's grabbing because there's oil here that I thought I got off, but I didn't. It's grabbing, and now it's sliding. See, sliding, grabbing. Give it a little pressure. You notice I'm going in the direction of the grain, getting all that excess oil off. The microfiber, these little microfibers, are getting into the micropores of the wood and grabbing that oil and pulling it out and absorbing in. Now, microfiber, they claim it's absorbent. It's not really the most absorbent thing out there, unless you get some special microfiber. So it's not really good for the first buff off. It's great for that micro buff off, that final last touch. And those of you that are power tool happy and power tool crazy, and I know I am too, all of us woodworkers are, we love power tools. It's like, you know, the tool man. You pick up your power tools, you grunt. After you get it done with this, if you want to, you can hit it with a buffer and polish it out and really get a nice sheen out of it and more, really get those waxes to set up, get the oils to polymerize, get it to migrate deeper into the wood, create a little friction, and you won't destroy your buffing head if you buffed it all off. And you'll actually be doing some service, because if you do it with the power tool first, you're just going to be doing yourself a disservice. You're not going to get anywhere. You're literally going to have oil loaded up in your pad, and you're just going to be smearing it all over the place, and it's not going to be a proper finish. So buffing it off, really important. Use the microfiber, use the cotton towels first, microfiber second, and you should be done there. I'm going to be done here. I'm not using a polisher on this. But if you want to, you can use the polisher last. I don't really like showing the polishing videos because some people, that's all they see. They miss everything else we talked about, and right away they jump into the polisher. And oh, I got myself a polisher. And then we get a phone call. Doesn't look right. It's staining. It's doing this. Well, did you follow the instructions? Yeah, I used the polisher just like you did in the video. Well, no, I told you not to use the polisher until you get everything off, or you really understand the finish. So if you want to have success like the thousands and thousands of people out there and the professionals, the thousands of professionals that use our products on a daily basis, if you want to have success like them and happy customers, or if you're a DIYer and you want to be a happy customer and love Odie's and be an Odie's person for life and get these type of sheens and durability and just ease of use, follow our instructions. Really simple. Buff off, like our t-shirts say, like our logo says. That has two meanings. It means buff off, literally buff the surface off. And then it's buff off to the big chemical creeps that literally come for us on a daily basis because they can't be us. They can't compete. They can't make a product like ours. They're only here to take your money and lie to you. They can't make a natural product that works. They can't make a product that works the way Odie's works, period. Odie's can beat any of their finishes. Doesn't matter how much toxic chemical they put in it. Odie's beats them. And it's all natural. And we grow the ingredients right here. Right here. We have our own farm. This is all made from natural products. Made with Florida grown ingredients in Florida by Floridian hands. And you're watching the guy who invented the product, who owns the company, literally finish a table here on a Saturday afternoon. So you guys have a better understanding of our product. Now I'm looking at this piece, and we might do another video. It'll be in a couple days. I'll come back in a few days after this sets up, and I'm gonna hit it with our 1, 2, 3 step. Meaning I'm gonna hit it with 1,000 grit, 2,000 grit, 3,000 grit foam pad in our system. And then I'm gonna put the oil back on it again, and we're gonna step this sheen up so it glows. If you saw the Purple Heart video, you can look for that. It's the Purple Heart table I'm sitting at in the same room. I did that on that, and it had about this sheen at first, and I did the 1, 2, 3. It took me, I don't know, 15 minutes of sanding, not even. Put a coat of oil on, and I had a high gloss, reminiscent of a French polish, but actually prettier, clearer, nicer, and more durable, far more durable. And that table resides in my home. This one's gonna be in my home too. I think I'm gonna put this below my TV in my family room. You notice I'm still wiping this thing down. I want to make sure I got the best of the best. Here, let me show you. Look at that sheen. Pretty. And just think, I'm saying I want to step it up. I want to go ahead and get a higher sheen out of this. And I'm going to do that because it deserves it. It's a nice, pretty piece. Simple, but pretty. Well, if you like these videos, make sure you click you like it and subscribe to our channel. And you get to see more finishing with Odie's oil, more tips and techniques. Here's another piece we just did today. An old 54-year-old oak table. It's a table I grew up at with my family. And it was just an amber looking oak, and I did a nice black wash on the base. Catalina did that, and we did the white wash on the top. Here's another piece that we just got from the Yahtzee furniture. Nice piece from my house. And we put a coat of our Odie's Dark on it. And that's that nice amber. Oh, actually, it's not. It's like a fumed look it gives. Pretty. And then there's the piece we just did. Thank you.